Hi, my name is Brian Scott. I live here in Cotwalton, which is a lovely rural community just outside Stone. But one of the problems of being in a place like this, which is so far away from a major town or city, is we don't get very good broadband. And therefore what I've done is try to energize our community and find a way for us to get super fast broadband into our rural community. So we said, well, what are we going to do about this? What options do we have? And because I've been talking to Paul Chatwin at Superfast Staffs, he told us when the exchange was going to be fibre enabled. So when it was no good for us, I went straight back to him and said, Paul, what can we do about this? And he said, well, have you heard of the Community Fibre Partnership? I went, no, never heard of it. He said, well, that's a way for communities and BT Openreach to get together and share the cost of putting superfast fibre into your community. And I went, well, that sounds interesting. So what Paul did, he got us in touch with these guys from the Community Fibre Partnership, and they came back with a quote. Unfortunately, that quote would have meant something in the region of £2,500 per property. Because although this is a very beautiful place to live, there aren't many of us living out here, and therefore we'd have had to share that kind of, £25,000, whatever it was, cost that between a small number of homes. And I said, well, that's not going to fly, Paul, because it's just too much to ask people to do. So he said, okay, leave it with me. And he came back to me and he said, we're wondering whether we can come up with an initiative where we share the cost. So I asked him to explain that in a bit more detail. And he said, well, rather than the community of Cotwalton paying half, why don't together we pay half? So that effectively means the residents here at Cotwalton would pay a quarter of the cost. And all of a sudden, that just changed the dynamics completely. And what was really exciting about talking to Openreach is actually we're leapfrogging what they call fibre to the cabinet. We're going straight to fibre to the premises. So we're getting a fibre connection straight into our house. So we can go up as fast as 330 meg, and now they're talking about 1,000. So we're going from 2, 3, 4 on a really good day to at least 330. Now that's tiered, we can go down from that, but it absolutely will transform it. And we've got so many excited households now in the village, because you can imagine we've got all range of, we've got an elderly couple who FaceTimes their son in New Zealand. We've got the businesses that I've talked about. I've got myself who can't wait to back up my photos online in less than a year and a half. There's just so many things. I mean, don't get me started on things like Netflix, and we've got no chance whatsoever of getting movies streamed into, in high definition. 4K, there's no point buying a 4K television because there's no way am I going to get 4K down a 4 meg connection. So all of a sudden it just opens up a whole new world of new ways of watching, new ways of working, new ways of doing business online. Can't wait.